Here I got a cabbage plant. Pumpkins are up good here. They popped up on their own. That pumpkin over there was one that Trisha transplanted from town. Potatoes are popping up all over. I'm gonna let them pop up for a couple more days, then when they're all up, I'll come out here. Just gonna stay away from it for tonight. Here I got a real nice 3 rows of onions. They're coming up real good. I gotta get down and weed them out a little bit, but they're doing pretty good. The beans over there are all up. They're a yellow variety. The lettuce is up on both ends. There's a patch in the middle where it didn't come up, so I'll probably end up reseeding that. 3 rows of carrots, all in pretty good health, as you can see there. Here I got turnips and rutabaga seeded, and they're kinda, I don't know. And then I got spinach, and this I believe is beets. It was parsnips, but they did not germinate as expected, so I wound up putting in beets. Spinach in good health. And over here I got another little cucumber patch, and I put these sticks here because that's where I got cucumbers popping up, as you can see right there. Same with there, and all along there's a few. I'm gonna get back to getting my corn done before it gets dark out. These are all corn plants. Well, a predator got it. Got some onions up, and I'm putting in another row of onions beside it. Hopefully they grow. Alright, welcome back to the garden. We're at the big garden tonight. As you can see, it's shaping up pretty good. I got most of the weeds pulled and it's all cultivated, so only thing up is the crops. I got my onions here, 3 rows of onions, and tonight I seeded a second row of onions in beside each row, so they're actually double rows of onions. So we'll have early onions and late onions. The later ones will be 2.5 to 3 weeks later than the first ones, so that's good. Good timing, hopefully. And then right here I got 2 rows of carrots, which are shaping up real well. I need to start thinning them. They're pretty good, pretty thick. Over here I got the second row of carrots, same thing, looking pretty good. So we're just gonna let them get a little bigger, and then I'll have to thin them out and hope for the best with those. This is another a third row of carrots. It's not completely up, it is over there, but we tried a rainbow variety which did not germinate, so I had to reseed it to an orange variety. So these are going to be a bit late too, which is okay. We'll have carrots at 2 different times. These are the turnips, purple white top turnips. They're up, but they're not the best crop I've ever seen, but fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. This over here is kohlrabi. You can see it's up too. That's a weed. This is kohlrabi. Something's been eating at it though. I don't know, it's not doing overly well either, but we're going to leave it alone and hope for the best. This is rutabaga. It came in pretty strong. I already thinned it out once, and pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but we're just going to wait and see. This is beets. They're not up yet. We just seeded them about a week ago, so hopefully they come up soon. This over here is spinach. It's kind of getting choked to death by all these horrible weeds that I haven't got out of it yet. But that's going to be a job for another night, I think. And right over here I got cucumbers, and you can see they're up in quite a few spots. Again, they need a little bit of weeding, but you can see I got cucumbers there. And there's actually lots of them. There's some here. And yeah, there's more too. As you walk along, you'll notice cucumbers popping up everywhere, which is great. There's a cucumber. It's hardly even in the ground. There we go. Oh, there's one beside it too. They both popped out. There, that should be good. Help them a little. Oh, this one's getting big chunks of dirt on it. But it too is looking very beautiful. There's 2 here, and 2 more there, I believe, and 1 on the very end. So, 1 right there on the very end. So yeah, not bad. I'm happy. Over here is the potato crop, this whole area. And as you can see, there's lots of potatoes up. couple hundred like that. Good news too. Over here we have pumpkins. Atlantic giant pumpkin. And then right here is the ones that were started in the ground, and they're also very healthy. This is the corn here. I've been trying to thin it out a little bit every night because it was way too close together. Everything came up nice on the corn side. And I've been slowly just kind of trying to thin it out. At the other end it's still pretty crowded, and I'm probably going to thin it out this weekend and make another row somewhere. And over here is my tomatoes, which are struggling. There's a cabbage plant there too. These were just leftover plants from the plant room in town. They're probably not going to thrive out here, but I put them out here anyway because I didn't really have anywhere to put them. So I figured
yeah, this is a purple cabbage, right?
Rather than throw them in the garbage, I might as well bring them out here.
Is this a normal cabbage?
Yeah, and then over here you got a red jewel, it's called. It's a purple variety of cabbage. And here you got normal.
Something's eating them.
Yeah, something's nipping away at the cabbage. Same thing happened in town. I had to put seashells around it. I think it's worms. Because I put seashells around smashed up seashells around my cabbage plants in town, and nothing. They're not being eaten. So I think it's the worms, and I'm not going to bother out here. I don't think. I might put something around them on the weekend. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I don't expect much cabbage to grow here because it's such a temperamental crop, and I just don't really think it's going to do that well. So just going to leave it at that. I got a little bit of corn right here that I moved over from there. These are tomatoes that were in town, and they were just kind of, I had nowhere to put them, so I stuck them out here. Some of them are doing okay, some of them aren't. I should give them a little shot of organic fertilizer maybe on the weekend to see if I can get them alive. These here are a yellow variety of a bean, and they're good. A lot of people like them, so I'm growing those. Hopefully I get a nice crop of those. Right here is a lettuce. I believe it's a leaf lettuce variety. So, and then in the middle there's a different variety of lettuce. It didn't come up in the middle, it got flooded out or something, so I planted it, reseeded it in this middle section with a different variety of lettuce. So we'll just have to wait and see what that looks like. There's a pumpkin seed. Just checking for germination. And it looks like they are germinating. You can see that the tip of that is split. This one you can tell even better. Oh, it looks like it's broke off, but it was sticking out. I'm going to put those back in the ground.
Oh yeah, that one's growing.
That's a germinated Atlantic giant pumpkin seed. Alright, we're in the garden today, and I have to harvest some of my baby spinach leaves before they get too big. They get too big, a lot of people don't like them. They get a bit of a stronger taste to them, and they're chewy and thick, and nobody likes it. It's baby spinach that's popular, and we save these baby spinach containers from the store, and we put our spinach in them, and it keeps them fresh. It keeps the spinach fresh. We have about 4 or 5 of these we saved this year, so we're going to use them to store our spinach from the garden. I'm going to show you a few other things while we're down here. Our strawberries are on the verge of producing a very nice amount of berries. There's tons of flowers and berries and buds and whatever on these strawberry plants. Those two there are loaded up. This one's loaded up. They're all in good shape. Here's Harold coming out to check out the scenario, and that is the white pineberry strawberries, and they're also coming in strong, looking healthy. Here's Harold. Onions are up and good. We've eaten a few of those. They're good. Carrots are up. Turnips are up. They're struggling, but they're up. 2 rows of lettuce, both in good condition. And then the baby spinach, which I've already harvested some, and I'm ready to harvest it again. And my cabbage, as you can see there, all in good health. I got a red jewel and a Russian green variety of cabbage, 2 different kinds. More green than red, but we'll see what happens. Pretty excited about that.
How old would these be?
This is about 3 weeks old, the spinach. Planted it about 3.5 weeks ago. This is the original spinach crop. It hasn't been reseeded. It's planted the day we planted the garden. There's a previous video of me seeding the garden if anybody wants to see that. Spinach is another thing. If it stops producing, it's something that grows quick. So what you could do is till it under, plant it again, and in 3 weeks you'd have another nice spinach crop. You could probably do that 3-4 times throughout the summer, and you wouldn't have any problems at all. This will germinate June, July, even in August you could get a crop. So that's possibly what I'll do, is if this stops producing, which I don't think it will. I think it'll just keep growing and growing, but if something goes wrong, I'll plow it under and I'll seed it again, and we'll get a second spinach crop, because we do like spinach around here and other people like it too. It's a fairly popular food. Cucumbers.
Oh, they're taking over the water truck. What are you doing? Just hanging out? Okay, I'll leave you to it. Bye. Is this your home?
So, there's your quick garden tour.